I feel like I've been doing a fair amount of work personally that's helped in a big way. It's made a big, made a shift for me to getting closer to like just my own sense of worthiness and like ability to receive more love or just receive love in general has really started to like begin to happen. I'll say it that way. Yeah, and feeling more trusting of like when people try to love me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's been easier. I think that being said, like there are places where we're struggling in our relationship. I would say one of which is like finding the time and energy and capacity and like even courage to be physically intimate for sex. Yeah, like even though we've like it's been easier between us in a big way, that part of our relationship hasn't been there in the way I think both of us want it to be.
Mm-hmm. You said a couple of things. So sounds like you're tired. You're just exhausted. But you said courage too. So there's some risking you want to do. Like, is it feeling more emotionally intimate and it's a little scarier to connect physically? Is that?
I think that's part of it. I think I'm realizing one thing that's true for me is that like, this is one of my shadow vows was like, I will only approach you for physical intimacy when I like feel like I have the energy for it, the capacity for it, and that I know I can do it perfectly.
Hey everybody, it's Derek Hart. Now Emily and Jed had a shadow wedding. This is a pre-wedding ceremony where they invited some of their friends and they wrote vows and shared the deeper parts of themselves. Now, in sharing those deeper parts, what I want to suggest is that a feeling that probably came up for them is a feeling of shame. Shame is a feeling that's sometimes thought of as something that's bad, something that's wrong, something that you shouldn't have, something that you should avoid. What I want to suggest to you is that being aware of when you have shameful feelings and sharing them with your closest person, with your romantic partner, is key in connecting. It's a really interesting thing that when you share shame, when you share embarrassing, confusing feelings with your partner, it disarms them, and it often means you're not attacking them. It means you're not withdrawing and being really silent and hiding from them. It often means you're taking a step into being open and real and intimate. So shame is key in connecting deeply with your partner.
Yeah, just like, do I have the capacity to be, to meet like Emily with the amount of intimacy that I think that she wants?
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like more often than not, like maybe I don't, or maybe I'm afraid.
There's pressure in there. A lot of pressure happens.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is one of the hardest parts between us, and
Can you say what it is?
sex and intimacy. Like they're so entwined because it's kind of like longing for intimacy is wrapped up in sex, and there's not, I agree with Jed, there's not as much time and space and whatever, a sort of like luxury of just being together, for it to just spontaneously arise because we're just together for hours and don't have sex. It's like kind of, it feels like if we don't claim even like one morning for it, it won't happen. But I would say one of the things that we talked about recently that feels like it's alive and kind of like working itself in me is this realization that because of how it's been and because of what I think I know about Jed, I wait for him, and I just wait for him to initiate sex and intimacy kind of entwined. And what we were talking about, it just feels like a lot of responsibility for him and heavy. And it feels as heavy for me.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you and your partner answer the question, please leave some comments below what you came up with each other. And if you have any other ideas about shame and how it relates to you being open and connected with your partner, I'd love to hear about that too.